I have way too many clothes, yet nothing to wear for some reason. So today I'm turning clothes that I never wear into pieces that I love, because there's nothing a little sewing magic can't fix. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Natalia, and I love inspiring and empowering you to create a more sustainable wardrobe through thrifting and sewing. We have so much to do today, so let's get started. First, I need to go through my closet and find the pieces that aren't working for me anymore. This is so cute, but I think it's too big. And I know I've already done a button-up thrift flip, but I've been seeing other ones that I think would be kind of cute, so we'll throw this in the maybe pile. And let's just browse. I feel like it's so easy to accumulate so many clothes that you just end up forgetting what you have. So it kind of feels like shopping. I found a few things from this closet. Now we're gonna go to my dresser because that's where I have most of my tops. This is my side of the dresser. I'm only gonna be looking at this drawer because the bottom one just has like pajamas and shorts, and I don't think that I actually need to do anything with those. So let's take a look. It's honestly a mess, but that'll be a problem for another day. Ooh, maybe I could do something with this shirt. It's kind of see-through, but maybe we can add like some lining to the front. So I think we're just gonna stick with that shirt and the stuff we found in the actual closet. Now that I've pulled the pieces from my closet, let's go through them. We're gonna start with the easiest ones. These three just need to be taken in to fit me properly. This is such a common problem, especially when you're thrifting clothes. And it's such an easy fix that can go such a long way into how often you actually wear something. So we have these blue pants that I actually thrifted in my Thrifting my Pinterest board video. I just need to move the buttons over a little bit. And then we have this black skirt that I thrifted a few months ago actually. And it's just a little bit big in the waist, so I also need to take this in. And lastly, we have this cropped oversized jean jacket, but it's a little bit too oversized. So I want to make it a little bit smaller. Next, we have this situation. As you can see, it is very see-through. I really love the shape of the top, but it definitely needs a lining. And finally, we have our biggest transformation of the video, this oversized button-up. I absolutely love the fabric and the color, but I honestly just look like I'm floating in it. So I am completely reworking this and turning it into something that fits me and that I actually want to wear. I have a few ideas and I'm so excited for this one. Let's jump right in. I am just going to start by seam ripping the current buttons off. And I'm basically just going to hand sew that over an inch. First alteration is done. It was so easy and I didn't even use my sewing machine. Next, I'm going to do the skirt. Hold on. It's kind of a mess right now. What's going on? Okay, the plan is I'm turning it inside out. Then I'm basically just gonna take it in on either side about ½ an inch. And I'm just gonna sew downwards. I'm gonna do this with my serger so that I can go ahead and finish the edges at the same time. Before serging, I'm just pinning it in place so that it doesn't move since it has lining and the outside mesh fabric. Here's the final product. You can't really tell, but it definitely fits a lot better. Some of the seams on this jacket have like a frayed outside edge. I don't want to mess with those, but the seam that joins the front and back of the jacket does not have the frayed edge. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to literally fold it over and sew from the armpit down. I'm going to start with about ½ an inch on each side, try it on, and then we'll go from there because I can always cut off more fabric. I broke my serger needle and I don't have any more. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to make a trip to Joann's. Joann's didn't have any serger needles, Which brings me to, I want to know what you guys think about the whole Joann filing for bankruptcy again and closing like 500 stores. Because personally, the only reason I go to Joann's is because I have gift cards from Christmas that I'm trying to use up. So I try to go there first so I don't have to spend any money. But I swear, most of the time that I go to Joann's, they don't even have what I'm looking for. And Walmart, Hobby Lobby, even Michael's usually do have it, and for like half the price. I'm just saying, no wonder they're going bankrupt. They charge so much for stuff and they don't even have everything. I don't know. I'm going to Walmart. Walmart also didn't have them, so now I have to go try Michael's. I'm literally wasting like an hour and a half just driving around trying to find these overlocking needles. Let's just cross our fingers and hope that Michael's has them. You are not going to believe what just happened. So I bought this machine secondhand and it didn't come with anything other than like the literal machine and then this. I just realized that I don't have the little thing to unscrew where the needle goes. And it's not like any machine, it's not like any tool that I already own. So I'm not even gonna be able to exchange the needle. Oh my God. I think I'm going to have to continue with just the sewing machine, which is not the end of the world. It just means that things are gonna take way longer. Okay, let me switch out my setup. I think first I'm going to do the straight stitch and then I'll cut off the excess and zigzag stitch.
It fits so much better now. I like how it doesn't cover up like my entire top. I'm so excited to wear it.
Now that we're done with all of the alterations, we're gonna move on to the top. There's like an elastic up here that I know my machine will not sew through because it has like a little bit of silicone so it doesn't slip down. I also have this thrifted piece, like stretchy nude lining that I'm going to use. I'm gonna lay the actual shirt on top of the lining piece and just kind of trace how much fabric I'm going to need.
I am basically just gonna fold that underneath itself and pin it right below the elastic with the silicone. And then I'm just gonna top stitch that in place along the top and along the side seam as well. Lastly, I'm just gonna cut off the excess. I am so excited to finally be able to wear this top.
We have finally made it to the last flip and I'm so excited about this one. I've been doing a lot of Pinterest digging to figure out exactly what I wanted to do for this top. And I've been seeing a lot of this like corset tying type of thing, and I think that I want to do it on the sides with a ribbon. So I have this silky cord which I'll use to make the loops, and I'll probably just hand sew them in because it's super thin and I don't know if it'll look too bulky with the machine. And then I'm going to use this ribbon to actually thread the corset part. But I also have been seeing a lot of this elastic drawstring looking stuff. I really loved the horizontal one that goes all the way around, but since the corset is already going to be giving me that fit, I thought that a cool way to use this would be up the front on both of the side panels and also on the sleeves so they fit me a little bit better. But first, let's start with the corset. We'll see how that looks and then we can add onto it as we go.
So I just started by measuring where I want those to be off of the center seam. And then I cut the silky cord and burned it so it doesn't fray.
I just got back from the gym, and while I was there I had the best idea ever, which was instead of using these little loop thingies, I could instead use grommets, which would make it look more like the corset look that I want to have, and also I think make it look more finished and professional. But after the gym I went to Walmart and they didn't have any grommets, so I had to order them on Amazon and they're coming tomorrow. So I'm gonna wait for that because I don't want to do any of the other stuff until I put on the grommets and do the whole corset thing.
The next day.
Alright, it is the next day despite the fact that I'm wearing the same shirt, but I've got the grommets. I'm going to go ahead and put them on the shirt where I marked.
In order to be able to put on the grommets smoothly, I basically just seam ripped a tiny hole and then put the grommets on top of that. There was no access point near every hole, so this was actually a lot harder than I thought, but they turned out really good.
Okay, so this is what we're working with. It's definitely better than it was before. It's not necessarily the effect that I was going for. You can't even see the corset like, and you might be saying, Natalia, maybe you should loosen it. Okay, I will do that for you so you can see. I think that they're not close enough to have the like corset look. I think I'm just gonna do the elastic in the front.
So I basically just eyeballed the elastic and then I top stitched on both sides. I know my big head is in the way, but trust me, that's what I did so that it creates like a channel looking thing like this.
Okay, this is what we're working with. The front little ruffles are done. I do think that I'm gonna add a shorter one here just so that it also gathers kind of like what's going on up in the front. I'm gonna finish adding the elastic to the rest of the top and then we can do a final reveal.
I will admit, this is not really typically my style, but I think it's a cute little blouse.
I am so happy that I was able to give these pieces a second chance instead of letting them sit in the back of my closet. Let me know which flip was your favorite in the comments below. I think this one was my favorite, which I'm really surprised about because it's not usually my style, but it's super comfy and classy and I'm definitely gonna get more wear out of it now. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, please, please, please subscribe and give it a like. It really, really helps small channels like mine. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and I will see you next week.